Welcome to the GCN Tech Show. This week is a Eurobike special, and we've got Alex on the ground in Frankfurt with some really cool new stuff to show us. While I'm back in GCN Megabase dealing with life-threatening hay fever.
It's bad.
And I'm joined by Adam from GCN Tech.
Hello.
What else have we got coming up in the show?
So we've got a $30,000 Parlee. We've got free bike fitting, Connor's gubbins, new elite wheels, your comments, and the bike vault.
Plus loads more. Let's get to it. Let's go. So, over to Alex in Frankfurt.
Okay, so I'm at Eurobike finding all of the cool bits. So let's go see what we can find and show you some cool stuff. Meet Grischa, Giant's dynamic test model and dummy, which they've been using for a number of years now in the wind tunnel so that they can test not only things like their latest bike designs and wheel designs, but also things like helmets. Now, 3D scanning riders is something that brands and aerodynamicists have done for a while now, but the real point here is that it's able to be moving so that you can assess how the moving rider affects the aerodynamics of the bike. Because if you use an actual person, well, over time, the repeatability is very difficult to get just exactly right. So this actual scan is based off of the rider Grischa, who was a pro a number of years ago for the Rabobank team, but they also have a number of movable riders based on a number of different pros. So they've got one set up in a road bike, you've got a female rider body scan, and I think it's just a really neat way to be able to make sure that they can maximize the aerodynamic efficiency of their products. Plus, it just looks kind of cool, doesn't it? New wheel tech from Vision here. You've got the SC45 SL and the SC60 SL. And I'm going to say it right now, this is really using trickle-down technology from their new RS wheel set that launched a few months back. As such, we've got a completely revised carbon fiber rim here. We revised aerodynamic profile. We've got a wider internal rim width, which is now 23 millimeters. We've got a new hub design. And then on the back, the new hub design also includes a new ratchet system, which again is utilized on that top spec RS wheel set. Nice changes here and helping to bring the tech down to a slightly more affordable price point. Oh yeah, and of course, we better free up sound check these bad boys. That's enough of that. Let's go find some more bike tech. Okay, more cool tech from the Dahon stand here, and this is what I think could possibly be the world's first full carbon fiber folding road bike. This is the Teledon C8 Access, and we've got carbon fiber fork, carbon fiber front section of the frame, carbon fiber rear section. But what is really cool, as well as the carbon fiber wheels, is that this bike is built up using road bike components that everyone's familiar with. So it gives you the option of that really compact folding platform with a familiar platform to your road bike, trying to strike the balance of the best of both worlds. There's also got this unique and new compact folding design and hinge in the middle here. In order to fold it, you just have to simply remove the Allen key that's fitted to the rear through axle. And then if you look here, there's the cable here, which is held under tension and doubles up as a way to route the rear brake hose and also add some strength into the frame. Bike's fitted with Strand Force access, exactly the same setup as what you have on your road bike. And interestingly, what I think is cool is the way that the front derailleur is mounted neat and tidy here, giving you a super broad range of gears here. So yeah, love it. If you have ever felt the need to carry everything you possibly own with you on your bike, this strap from Fix Plus could be the solution for you. Right, first thing I want to say is Connor would absolutely love to have his bike set up like this. Me, on the other hand, perhaps not quite so much. So here we've got these really cool little straps which are made from a polyurethane material. You've got a thinner model, you've got a thicker model, and they've got this little aluminium clamp. The thick models are tested and rated to around 110 kilograms of force they can sustain, and weight, sorry. And then the smaller ones, 60 kilograms of force. They've also been UV tested for 24 hours a day, for 7 years, and well, there was a little bit of degradation to the color, but the strap still works perfectly fine. Now attached to this bike, we've got all of the sort of like basic essentials that you carry on your normal ride. You've got a sleeping bag, you've got a tent, you've got your glasses case, your Bluetooth speaker, a spare tire, a big soup flask, a can of soup, binoculars, inner tube, torch, fishing rod, pack of pasta, flip-flops, and of course, can't go anywhere without your mini pump, can you? And a multi-tool. I think that's got it all. Hey, pretty cool, eh? Super lightweight pedals here, the Tourelly stand. Now these are a sort of prototype version here. Now this pedal is super light, 58 grams here, and there's a really unique design, one which I've never seen before, and uses a proprietary cleat system. Now one of the cool things is that it's able to clip into the cleat at 360 degrees because there is no sort of platform here. Because it's super compact, you've got sealed bearings pressed inside of here, but you've got this unique design here where the bearing is inserted through the center, meaning you can use a large size bearing for longevity and stability. Now the cleat is something that they're currently working to refine as well. And at the moment, you've got adjustability of the floats for plus or minus 20 degrees. And you can also adjust the Q factor on the pedal body itself. So you've got a little spring design here, which as you push your foot down, the little side plates clip into the pedal and then you twist your foot to release it. Now this is super cool, and they're hoping to get the total system weight for both pedals and the cleats to around the 220 gram marker. I'm intrigued to see how this evolves over the coming months and years, but something super neat to see nonetheless. Okay, so this is the brand new Canyon Endurace ONFly, the lightest e-road bike in the world. It comes in at under 10 kilograms in its lightest guise. In fact, it weighs just 9.86 kilograms. Now, you've got 4 different models to choose from here. The range-topping one, understandably the lightest, but also the models which are equipped with Shimano Endurace and Ultegra mean that you're able to control the e-bike motor, which is hidden deep inside the frame, from your hidden buttons up on your lever top. Now, the big party piece here, helping to keep the weight of this bike down, is the brand new TQ HPR40 motor drive system. Now, combining this with the latest battery technology gives you an approximated natural boost of up to 200 watts, meaning you can propel most riders with a range of up to 100 kilometers for up to 2,000 meters of climbing. There's also a weight saving in terms of the carbon fiber frame here, using technology which Canyon are calling NeoBeam and IsoGrid. This technology saves 300 grams of the weight of the frame, and it essentially allows them to reduce the wall thickness of the carbon fiber tubes while retaining its strength. Everything here is super slick and integrated. The front of this bike is really minimalist. You've got integrated front and rear lights, larger 180mm rotors at the front and the rear, and then technology which is also integrated into the frame. You've got GPS tracking and anti-theft motion sensing, which can be linked up to the Canyon app. Now, if you want to know all of the different details and about all the different specs of this bike, we'll head over to the GCN Tech YouTube channel, where I've got a more detailed look. Okay, right, big news here from Shimano. GRX 12-speed has now gone one by and completely wireless. So we've got big changes here at the rear derailleur, and this is utilizing a lot of technology which has been carried over from the mountain bike side for products which were launched just a few weeks ago. As such, this rear derailleur has a similar silhouette to the new XTR, XT and Dior. Now, the fully wireless unit has a self-contained battery, which is tucked neat inside to keep it hidden away from any rock strikes. We've got a super robust physical design here, as well as technology inside, which allows the rear derailleur to help absorb any impacts and then protect the gears and the motor inside before returning back to its original position. In terms of some chain retention and helping to keep the shifting super smooth, there's a new 2-spring clutch design here, which has got a slightly progressive action to it to help keep the chain secure over the rough stuff. In terms of some of the other changes, well, you've got a new GRX wheel set, because this rear derailleur is optimized to work with mountain bike cassettes, which use the microspline freehub body. So the aluminium GRX wheel set comes in at a slightly more affordable price point, but a little bit heavier than the carbon wheel set, which is available already. And then up front, the left-hand shifter has now been revised, because there's now an option for the one-by-only left-hand shifter, which does away with the 2 shifting buttons, which you would typically utilize for the 2-by setup, saving a whopping 19.5 grams. Okay, one more thing I forgot to mention actually is this new wireless derailleur is compatible across all of Shimano's 12-speed wireless group sets. So that is including the GRX wireless. You've got Shimano 105, Shimano Ultegra, Shimano Endurace, and of course the mountain bike side of things as well. Meaning you've got loads of different options for your setup, including time trial shifters if that's your thing. Now, I've also talked about this group set in my first Eurobike video, but we're going to have more videos covering lots of different tech from Eurobike, so make sure you subscribe to GCN Tech, turn on your notifications so you don't miss out. Right, back to you guys for the rest of the tech show.
Cheers, Alex. Time now for hot tech, and we're going to begin with the new Parlee Z0GT, or Z0, if you're in America.
Yeah.
So Parlee, the Z0 or Z0 has been around a really long time now, but this is its successor. So they've updated it. It's fully made in the USA, in Beverly, in Massachusetts, which, well, we've been there and made a video on it, which is really cool. It is a really cool place. Yeah. And there's a lot of passion there, and everyone that is really invested in what they do. And it's a kind of special place.
And when you've got that kind of environment, it does create better product, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Everyone's there for it. So
the headline stats on the new Z0GT, it's got a new sort of designed head tube with a new fork that they've designed and made in-house, and that's allowed them to have the cables internally routed. Cool. It's got a lot more tyre clearance than it has before. It's 187 grams lighter than the previous Z0 in the frame set. It's available in 12 sizes, but it's also available fully bespoke, which is a thing that they did on the previous Z0 as well. You can get completely custom geometry for it. Amazing. And they also say that it has improved ride quality and overall stiffness, nice. Which is pretty cool. And there's a limited edition going to be available.
I like a limited edition.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, I mean, it's not cheap, Adam.
No, how not cheap?
well, if you go for the top spec limited edition, which is in honour of Bob Parlee, who the founder of Parlee Cycles, who sadly died last year. There's only 25 of them being made. It comes with Campagnolo Super Record 13-speed, and it's about $30,000. Well, it's just under $30,000.
Yeah,
it's a lot, isn't it?
That's a lot.
It's a lot, but it's kind of it won't be
a commuter.
No. Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. I think I'm glad that it exists. Yeah. I think it's a cool
really
thing.
Cool bit of kit.
Yeah.
Nice.
I forgot to also mention it has UDH mech hanger.
That's
on it.
cool.
Yeah. You into UDH as a bike mechanic?
Yeah, it simplifies things. For sure. So in the case of needing a new mech hanger, one size sort of fits all now, which is good. And then with certain brands utilising that completely in their rear mech designs, it gives you more options for fitting those as well.
It's going that way. It's definitely a trend. It'll be interesting to see what Alex sees at Eurobike, if every bike now is UDH. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. This week's also seen the new Orbea Terra race. So, Si's done a first look video on this. You saw it down in the workshop.
I mean, we've got a couple of them kicking about at the minute, and I'm very excited by them. Yeah, very smart bit of kit.
I like the paint job on Si's. It's got like these little sort of fleck silver bits in. Yeah, but it does look really, really nice. If you want to see a full rundown on that bike and all the details of the new Orbea Terra race and how it differentiates from the other Terra.
Yeah, the adventure.
Because they've now diverged it and split it into two. So, I mean, the clue's kind of in the name. This one's more for racing. But if you want to know all the details of that bike, Si's got an excellent first look video. So check that out. What's next?
So we've got new wheels from Elite. It's really cool. So they've essentially updated their drive line of wheels. So we're now on Drive 2. Nice name, nice evolution of it. So they've updated...
Makes sense. See what they did there.
Simple. They've updated the rim shape, which is cool. So we've now got options of 35, 50 or 65 mil.
They got rid of the 40s. Yeah. Previously had a 40 in there.
Quite like those.
Yeah.
But you got a shallower one for climbing. I guess you got the middle ground all-rounder, and then you got a more aero wheel for when you want to go really, really fast.
Yeah.
So as well as that, they've all got ceramic bearings in now. And the previous generation did. Yeah. So they carried that forward, which is cool. They've got 23 mil internal rim.
So previously it was a 21.
Yeah.
Right. So they've made it wider for
wide tyres.
Wider tyres, 28s, 30s. Nice. Into that.
Proper cool that. Updated hubs. So they're now using sort of like the ratchet system as opposed to a pull, which is cool. And then weight wise, we've got 1,300 grams for a pair of the 50s. which is cool. And then price-wise, they are $1,299.
Which is really, really, really competitive, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, especially when the 50s are coming in at 1,300 grams a pair. And I think the claimed weight on the 36ers is like 1,260 grams a pair.
Wow.
It's pretty, I mean, that's light.
Ceramic bearings,
carbon spokes.
ratchet drive system as well. That's banging.
It's it's pretty competitive. Otherwise, I look forward to getting our hands on some of those and giving them a whirl. Next up, free bike fits for all.
Oh, how?
All right, so MyVeloFit, they mentioned this in the GCN show earlier in the week. We've teamed up with MyVeloFit, and they are offering all of our viewers the opportunity to go on their website, MyVeloFit, and do a bike fit within the comfort of your own home. Now, normally, this is something that costs £35 in the UK. Okay. Apologies for not knowing the cost in dollars off the top of my head, but a similar amount. But it's irrelevant because you get to do it for free if you click on the link that's in the description below. Though this is for a limited time only, this promotion ends on the 7th of July. Now, what is it though, right? So there's a few of these sort of systems I've seen kicking around, different apps that people can use. And the idea is that you use your smartphone or something similar to video record yourself on your bike and do some motion capture, and then that assesses your bike fit. Now, I was sceptical when I first heard about this kind of tech. I thought that's going to be rubbish compared to actually having an actual bike fit in person with someone. So I tried it out, and I was really impressed.
Nice.
So having had lots of bike fits in the real world, which can be very expensive, typically you're looking over £200 now, or $200.
It's a very involved process.
Plus you have to go to a place and travel there and and the time commitment. Being able to do it in your own home, I think, is a cool thing. Yeah. And for people who just, want to get sort of 95% there, check that their saddle height is right or in the right fore aft, or their bars aren't too high or too low, I think this is a really, really useful tool. Yeah. I actually tried to trick it. So I tested it out and I deliberately lowered my saddle to try and trick it to see if it would know. And it did. And it said, yes, your saddle is 2 centimetres too low, which is how much I'd lowered it by. So I was, there you go, impressed. So if you want to check your existing position, or you've got a new bike and you want to help setting it up, then give it a whirl on MyVeloFit.
Nice.
Rate it.
Very cool.
We've also got some Zwift news. So Zwift have updated their virtual shifting capability to Tacx Neo smart trainers now. And they're also sort of getting on board with the Tour de France. The big French bike ride is about to start. Yep. And so now, if you go on the Climb Portal challenge, there's also a brand new DD the Devil asset within the game.
That's really cool.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. And the other thing is, Zwift is the official training partner of the Tour de France.
Nice. That's cool.
It is cool, isn't it?
Yes.
Time now for comments of the week. These are the comments that you've been leaving underneath our videos on GCN Tech over the last week. What have we got first under last week's show?
So we've got from @Ryan Beechner. The head of Safe R is Adam Hansen, who also went on record saying disc brakes were hazardous, which we now know is hilariously bad take. Also, if we consider Ollie's cynical take, it's almost made even worse that not only is the UCI simply trying to appear to be doing something, but they're also so out of touch they can't even fake they're paying attention. The Emperor has no clothes.
Yeah. So my cynical take. So this was under the show. We're talking about the UCI rule changes. My cynical take is that there's a chance that the UCI doesn't necessarily have to make the sport safer. It just has to appear that it's trying to make the sport safer in order so that it can't appear negligent if some terrible accident happens in the future. But we will see. I mean, there was a lot of comments under last week's show. Rocket Russ said, GCN is not held accountable by the UCI. You lot should call them out. I feel like we are doing. We did post the link to the petition, which people can still sign, that's like complaining about the bar width rule. And we have said that we do feel it is discriminatory towards smaller riders and female riders.
Yeah.
There you go. So we can, expose them. I think the other thing as well, like other things that have been discussed in the week since then, is with regards to the gearing restriction rule that they were saying about having 5411 as the smallest rule, as the biggest gear that you could have. People have pointed out that doesn't take into consideration changing your tyres.
Yeah.
So if you have modern wheels that then are designed for, say, a 30mm tyre, that can then stop you using that bigger tyre because it's affecting
gearing
the
your bike
gear.
up.
Yeah. So that to me is absolutely mindless, because the one of the things that I think would make a big difference to safety is tyre width and improving grip.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
100% like more grips, just better.
Yeah. I mean, there is the counter argument to that. That people said this in the comments last week, that if you increase your grip, then you increase the risks that people take. Like, people push up to that limit more on descents.
Yeah.
But increasing tyre width comes with increased rolling resistance.
Yep.
There is a sweet spot of sort of 25, 28, like on a TT bike, 25 is the fastest, and then, depending on the surface. It gets complicated.
Yeah.
But if you start going 30, 32, 34, wider, they are going to be slower than having, 28s for pro riders. And there's also, you're increasing the grip all the time. So there are times in which crashes happen where riders aren't pushing the limits.
Yeah.
And like we mentioned before in a previous show, when Josh Tarling crashed out and had to withdraw from the Giro d'Italia, he just slipped off on a wet roundabout, but he wasn't drilling it. He wasn't pushing the limits. And there's a lot of crashes where people just slide out in the bunch and they're not pushing it at that point. Yeah. And if it can help mitigate those instances, wider tyres, more grip, I think on balance is going to make the sport safer.
100%, yeah.
But there we go. Anyway, so the next comments we've got are under the 3-kilogram bike video. Do you want to read them out?
Yeah, so we've got mad respect for that older lady climbing like a champ at 6 minutes, even if she was overtaken by a sniggering cheetah.
Yeah, I mean, I want people to just to be completely transparent about this. I am aware of, I am self-aware of, overtaking an old lady who doesn't know that she's racing against me and is just getting home from the shops. But if
it's a chase, it's a race.
Look, win's a win. Win's a win. I'll take what I can get. Then Mr. Dinky Dink says, I'd love to see Feather go up Alpe d'Huez before handing the bike over to Ollie to attempt the descent KOM on this bike. I'm
going to put it out there. I don't think that's the bike to get the descent KOM on, unfortunately.
I think it'd be pretty terrifying. Under the video that Alex did, which was the worst tech that people use and what's better, we've got a comment from Krzysztof Bogdanovic, who says, GCN, imagine that none of us amateurs has a tech car following us on daily rides, so we need some extra clothing, saddlebags and valve covers. What do you make of that, Adam?
I mean, there are ways to put that stuff onto your bike that is better than the massive saddlebag and things like that. So like frame bags that sort of integrate into that middle triangle.
Yes.
They're aero, the weight's lower, it's not pendulum them about when you're climbing. It's just, there's just better ways of doing things.
Yes. And I just think be a bit more minimalist. And I think the other thing is, although what people might think, 99% of the time when I go out and ride my bike, there is like no... In fact, more than that. I don't think there's hardly ever there's a support car. No. Most of the time when we film a video, we just have a camera moto with us, but the camera moto is not carrying like
Stuff.
it's not fit stuff on a camera moto.
No.
It's like I'm carrying the things that I need to carry.
I think it's very easy to get carried away. Think, oh, I need to take this. I need to take this for your short ride. If you are planning on doing like an epic, fair enough.
Yeah,
But then, like I was saying, there are better ways of putting it on your bike.
Yeah.
Like Toe Peak have got loads of options for integrating things into like your crank bar ends. Like loads of bikes now have integrated storage on them.
yeah.
Yeah, make use of
But
that.
if on the flip side, if you like gubbins like Connor, fill your boots. And also on that video, Mark Baker said, I remember a GCN video a while ago that said, wearing a base layer in the heat as it aids with wicking away sweat. Right, yeah, now this. I'm pretty sure that Hank and Manon did do a video saying that. And there was a school of thought about that a while ago, that was like a thing.
Yeah.
And I definitely went through a phase myself of doing that. But I think the thing is, the sort of understanding and evolves over time. And I would agree with Alex and what he said in that video, which is on the absolute hottest of days, I'm not wearing a base layer.
I'm not wearing
I'm just
one either.
wearing a jersey.
Yeah.
Like, and you see this if you look at the best athletes on the planet and you watch them in the Tour de France and stuff. Like when it's really really hot, none of them are wearing a base layer, and it's just an extra. Like Alex said, it's just an extra layer of sweat. I think, I think that's
valid.
yeah. This is where we rate your bikes to either be nice or super nice. You can submit pictures of your bikes in the description below. There is a link to the uploader. Just click on that, it's free, and to send your bikes over. Yeah. If they're nice, if they're super nice, Adam will ring the bell. Yeah. So, who have we got first?
Let's have a look.
Y Plunger. Y Plunger with a Pinarello F10 in Queensland. What do you make of that?
I mean, it's a very nice looking bike. Nice wheels, nice group set.
Bora Ultras on there, very nice.
I think saddlebag just comes in at small enough to be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But your valves aren't aligned.
No, they're not, are they?
No.
It's a bit of a weird angle. If you could just make that a bit side on.
I mean,
and it would
background's nice. I mean, the seat and the stem are framing that hill behind quite nicely.
Do you know what? I think that's I would have removed that big light off the back as well.
Yeah.
To me, that's a nice.
Yeah, I agree.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that. JC from BC, that's a cool name.
Yeah.
Has a Lightspeed Arenberg, 105 Di2, 35mm Panaracer Gravel King tyres. What do you make of this?
I think
titanium beast.
I think, like you say, it's a very good all-round, all-year bike.
I'm into that.
Yeah, I am. And he is in Biggie Smalls. And knowing where the valves are on DT Swiss wheels, they are lined up.
Yeah, I'm into that. I think that's pretty cool. Where is that photo taken?
I would say somewhere in British Columbia, going by the name.
That's wow. Yes.
Yeah.
I think but I think we can
doing a bit of plane spotting as well. Yeah.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
Right.
I like it.
Let's
Super
do it.
nice.
Super nice, that one. Craig K has got a Chapter 2 Toa.
Ooh.
It's got mechanical Shimano Ultegra 6800 NV45s. Ooh, what do you make of that?
A very smart looking bike. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah. I would super nice it, but there's too many infringements on.
Really? What infringements are you spotting?
Valves.
Yeah, but he's done it so that the wheels are it says 45 NV.
Yeah.
So he's made them consistent. So I think that's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's very smart, that bike. Yeah. I think we can go super nice on that one. Yeah.
There we go.
I like the little bits of gold on it. They're nice.
It's classy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's easy to do gold.
Who have we got next?
So Mac McAllister, pictured on Crammon Beach at sunrise after riding it 100 miles through the night for Ride to the Sun. Brilliant event he'd recommend. And I designed and 3D printed some accessories to the event, including a top tube and bottom bracket storage for gels. front and rear light mounts, and some other cool looking bits of kit there as well.
So so for people who aren't aware, this is the ride, sort of chase the sun thing, isn't it? It's like a thing that happens around now because it's sort of the solstice in the northern hemisphere. Yeah. So the longest sort of day of the year. And there's different events that take place. There's a notable one that goes from sort of like London all the way across to Weston-super-Mare that people do round our parts.
Sort of 300 plus K.
Yeah. But he's done it on a P5.
And do it quickly.
I love it. I love a TT bike setup. I used to have a Cervelo P5 back in the day.
Nice. And I suppose he's been doing all this really cool optimization stuff with it as well.
Yeah.
Storage.
This bike was really interesting. I don't know if this one, I can't remember if they all had this, but mine, I think this one does because it's got the little Magura thing. Quite unusual bike this, because it had hydraulic.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
It had hydraulic
rim brakes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which was quite, pretty out there, unusual thing. The thing was though, I remember, because time trial bikes, it was trying to address the problem that time trial bikes had crap brakes, because they were always like integrated crap rim brakes, and so they put hydraulic ones in. I just remember them still being pretty crap.
I mean, you're still braking on a carbon surface.
So but that's proper cool. I think we can go super nice.
I'm going to super nice that. Yeah, 100%.
Nice. Justin next, who's at the top of Mount Diablo in California with a Canyon Air Road.
Oh, was that era as well?
Yeah, do you know what though? We're struggling with this. Underexposed. Because the sun's right behind it. I can't see the bike. I can't see the detail on it. Especially when it's
stealthy.
Yeah, and it is like that sort of stealth black one, which is a real shame because those rim brake air roads, I absolutely love those.
Yeah, I think he's
absolutely brilliant.
He's tricked out as well. So he's got oversized pulley wheel on it.
Oh yeah.
And then what looks like a power crank as well.
I want to give this a super nice. It's in a really cool location, but it's just, I just can't see it. Oh,
a shame that.
Especially against the. Oh yeah.
Can we do nice plus?
No. It's just a nice.
Just a nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you love those old air roads? Who have we got next?
We've got Arjun Puri.
Right.
I bought this bike more than 10 years ago and it looked totally rubbish. It was a new frame with old parts from another bike. Through the years, I upgraded almost all the parts and made it as genuine to the Lamprey cycling team.
Yeah. Do you know, I think people sort of forget that basically Lamprey is now UAE Team Emirates.
That's kind of mad.
Yeah. I think people, it's kind of a bit weird that. I think people don't realise that.
It's interesting, this sort of evolution of teams, isn't it?
Yeah. What do you... Oh, it's just... It's it's good, isn't it? There's just a... Do you know what's doing... do you know what I don't like?
Go on.
The way that the bottles are different sizes.
Yeah.
That's really...
Yeah.
And the bar tape's a bit grubby. White bar tape.
Needs to be white. Like box fresh white.
What are the tyres that are on that?
Are they Michelin?
I think they might be Michelin, yeah. Coloured tyres was like really, really big, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Or no, maybe, I'm going to say more. I'm going to say 13 years ago. Coloured tyres were all the rage. And now they're not. They've gone away.
I remember having a customer that just wanted blue tyres and everything.
Yeah.
Like they had to be blue.
Yeah.
No matter how good or bad the tyre was, it had to be blue.
There you go.
Yeah.
What are we saying on this one then?
I'm going to go nice.
Nice?
On that, yeah.
Right. There we go then.
I think that's it.
Nice. Oh, not the strongest bike vault this week.
No. I mean, there were some strong entries, but as a whole.
Right. Well, thanks for watching. Let us know what you thought of all the hot tech from Eurobike that Alex had. Thanks for Adam from GCN Tech for sitting in for Alex. And also thanks to you for putting up with my life-threatening hay fever throughout the show. Sorry if it was really annoying, but I'm doing my best. Right, gotta go now. Love you, bye.